have to keep the fight on. That the damages the British government caused us by dismantling a standard functioning government of Benin people should be compensated.
But for us, I believe that Benin bronzes should not just be seen as artifacts because they are beyond artifacts. They are not meant to be in museums. They are things, they are works of art that were found on altars. We Edo Benin people, I see them as sacred objects, religious objects, objects of our ancestors. I think most of these European museums or curators think since these works are seen as artifacts, they are meant to be in museums.
There is both moral and ethical basis for these protestations.
That these artifacts and the bronzes, they tell a story of the tradition, the culture, the mode of spirituality of a particular people in Nigeria, and that is the Benin people. And that these artifacts were taken from a particular place when it occurred. So that the principle of restitutio ad integrum or restitutio in integrum provides that the owner must be brought to his original position as if these incidents didn't occur in the first place.
There's a myth in the UK right now that if they return Benin artifacts back to Nigeria, that the British Museum will collapse.
So the third point that I would like to raise is the denial of the existence of the reality that these artifacts were actually stolen. To say that a man who stole a property from another will now agitate to share the possession of that property with the original owner they stole the property from is an aberration from moral, ethical, or legal tenets that you cannot, even under British law, when you acquire possession illegally or acquire assets illegally, there are provisions under British law to facilitate the restitution of those properties to the original owner under the Theft and Fraud Act, so that you do not benefit from your own enterprise of criminality. And there are laws like that in the UK. So the British government are clearly aware about this, that if you steal in the United Kingdom, that there are rules that preclude you from benefiting from that enterprise. But it is so unfortunate that when you look at these rules and compare the way the British are treating the artifacts stolen from the Kingdom of Benin, you find the disparity in the approach. That, so I would say, is a deliberate attempt because there are rules there to follow.
The British government has been accommodating looted Benin cultural artifacts in the country over these years.
I think it's very unfortunate that Britain, the main architect of the stealing, is still resisting returning these items because a lot of things might be happening. The law of karma is there.
We will not be tired. I am still alive. I am quietly doing what I can do in my own little way, along with other Benins. We are Benins, and we don't give up. And our mom on the line also said, the law of karma. These are natural laws upon which all the other national laws are built. The
fight has lasted for 125 years. I will now have a voice through you and some other dedicated people who are objective in their reasoning.
On 6th December 2021, the United Nations General Assembly unanimously, now the British did not abstain, they did not object, unanimously adopted a resolution titled Return or Restitution of Cultural Property to the Countries of Origin. And that was proposed by Greece and supported by an unprecedented 111 countries without a vote. Such resolution recognizes that no region of the world remains unaffected by illicit traffic in cultural objects,
what the British stole from us, if they don't bring them
at all,
there's no way, because those objects they took, they are not just objects. They are not, we know the significance of those objects.
You know, and there's this falsehood about Benin artifacts that if they return them back, probably they will be stolen.
It is our property. And it's not just ordinary artifact, like our sister said. There are a lot of spiritual connections to it.
In 2017, when the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, visited the University of Ouagadougou in Africa, he ordered the French Minister of Culture to make provisions for the restitution of African cultural artifacts back to Africa.
We have to keep the fight on. That the damages the British government caused us